Hello everyone, I've noticed a few Twitch streamers as well as YouTube content creators that have no idea what Warhammer Darktide is, let alone Warhammer Vermintide. I decided to do an introductory video and or description of it just to kind of get those people up to speed. Okay, so what is it? Warhammer Vermintide and Darktide is a 4-player co-op in which you work with other people to complete objectives. During these objectives, you will be dealing with hordes of enemies. It's a rough comparison, but you could kind of relate this to Left 4 Dead in that you had the hordes and had objectives. And that's one way of thinking of it. With the description given, let me go over the launch options. It is going to be available on the Xbox / Windows Game Pass. As you can see here, I do have the store page for it open. I would say if you're unfamiliar with the universe or game and want to ensure that it's for you, I would try it on the Game Pass first. And if you like it, then I would just purchase the full thing because its base retail cost is only 40 USD. 40 USD means that you're essentially paying for, well, plus or minus taxes, 3 months of Xbox Game Pass, but specific to this game. Unless you have Xbox Game Pass all the time because of your console or whatever, I guess you could just do it that way. I'll leave that up to you, but I just want you to be aware that it is 40 USD retail for the base version. So, with that all given, now we can go into the details of the game and how you accomplish the things that I was mentioning just a few moments ago. The game is based on classes, would be a rough comparison. Each class has its own skills and passives, which are the topmost icons you see here. So the middle one's the skill you use, and then the right hand and left hand side of the skill is going to be the passives and or equipment. Then below those is going to be the traits, if you will. Now, Warhammer Darktide does not have a restriction on the classes, so you could have more than one class in a group. However, it is a good idea to have one of each class to ensure that you're spreading out the bonuses. If that's not possible, though, then we'll have to wait until launch to kind of see what is the most optimal group composition for the much harder difficulties. Let's talk about the classes now. For the classes, there is going to be the Zealot, which is a close-range damage class. This one is the Sharpshooter that you see up here on the screen. That's going to be a range-oriented class. Then you have the Psyker, which is kind of a combat mage, if you will. Then there is the Ogryn. Ogryn is a tank. As far as we can tell from data mining and the beta, the Ogryn is going to be the only class with a shield. Every other class is going to be reliant on pairing with their weapons, essentially. So yeah, you have to kind of think about what you prefer to play and go from there. That is really the short summary I can give related to the classes. I would recommend that you YouTube these classes as there was a beta. The beta did show off these classes and how they function. That would be a great way to kind of get more of an idea as to how the class plays and the overall play style of it. That's really all I can do for you until it actually launches, because things could change from the beta to the full launch. So for all I know, some of this information could be out of date. And that's why I was saying we have to wait to know the best compositions for the harder difficulties. But at least until then, hopefully this kind of gives you some idea. Thanks for listening.